Dear friends, welcome to this week's virtual Drasha. This week we have the incredible privilege of Parashas Vaeyra. And we continue with the narrative of Jewish servitude in Egypt. But even in the midst of all the heartbreak and all the difficulty, the narrative itself is filled with so much optimism and hope because we see the ascension of Moshe Rabbeinu. From his birth till now, the leader of Klal Yisrael, and the last week's parasha, he faced down Paro. And although it didn't go well, again, we feel the wheels of salvation beginning to turn. But Moshe Rabbeinu seems to be locked in an ongoing debate with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Moshe Rabbeinu incredibly disappointed and upset about Paro's negative reaction to his speech in the end of last week's passage. Right? Moshe Rabbeinu comes with a message of salvation from God, expecting Paro to fall in line, Klal Yisrael to fall in line. Meanwhile, Paro says, Tichbad ha'avoda, if you have time to think about salvation, that means you have too much time on your hand. You have to work harder. Klal Yisrael doesn't listen to Moshe either. And Moshe turns to Hashem and he says as follows. This is Perek Vav, Pasuk Yud Beis, chapter 6, verse 12. So Moshe said before Hashem, saying, Hein b'nei Yisrael lo shamu elai. B'nei Yisrael is not listening to me. Ve'ech yishmeini Paro. So why should Paro? Va'ani aral safasayim. I am of uncircumcised lips. Moshe Rabbeinu saying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's not Paro, and it's not even Klal Yisrael. It's me. I'm not a good orator. I can't go ahead and move Paro. I can't move Klal Yisrael. It's me. I'm not the right guy. And this is not the first time that Moshe Rabbeinu said this to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In last week's parsha, by the snap, by the burning bush. So Moshe Rabbeinu says, Vayomer Moshe al Hashem bi Adoni, please my master, Lo ish devarim anochi. I am not a man of words. Gam mitmol, gam mishilshom, gam. Right, yesterday, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, I'm not the gam me'az daber chalavdecha, ki kevad peh. Literally, again, I have a heavy mouth and a heavy tongue. Meaning, Moshe Rabbeinu saying, I'm not a skilled orator. So Moshe Rabbeinu says over and over and over again, to affect the level of supernatural change, to affect the level of change that you want, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So again, you need someone who's skilled. I'm not skilled. I could do a lot of things, but I'm not an orator. I can't move Paro. I can't move the people. And interestingly enough, HaKadosh Baruch Hu seemingly ignores this statement of Moshe Rabbeinu. In fact, after Moshe Rabbeinu reiterates it in this week's parasha, Hashem's response is, Vaydaber Hashem al Moshe al Aaron. Hashem spoke to Moshe and Aaron, Vayitzavim el b'nei Yisrael val Paro el melech Mitzrayim. Hashem commanded them regarding Klal Yisrael, regarding Paro, lahotzi es b'nei Yisrael, to take the Jews out of Egypt. So again, listen to the dialogue. So Moshe Rabbeinu says to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ribbon Shalom, I'm aral sasayim. I'm not a good speaker. And look what happened. I delivered your message. Paro didn't take it well. Klal Yisrael is not listening. I'm not doing anything. It's not working. And again, I already said this to you, Moshe says to Hashem, by the burning bush. I put it out there already. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't even seem to take notice of the statement. Instead, what's Hashem's response? Moshe, okay, go take out the Jewish people from Egypt. So what's the pshat? What's the pshat? Moshe is saying good. He's making a legitimate claim. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is seemingly ignoring it. And the Rebbe, the Be'er Mayim Chaim, says something so incredibly beautiful. The Be'er Mayim Chaim says as follows. He quotes this idea. The truth is, it's really predicated on a concept of the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh. The Baal Shem Tov says, we've spoken about this many times throughout the years. The pasuk that says, Hashem Tzilcha. We say, right, Hashem Tzilcha, David HaMelech says in Tehillim. So we often translate as Hashem Tzilcha as Hashem is your shade. The Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh says what it really means is Hashem is your shadow. The Baal Shem Tov uses this to create an idea, a concept of divine reciprocity. What does your shadow do? Whatever you do, your shadow replicates. In a relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's all based on divine reciprocity. What can you expect from HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Whatever you're willing to put into the relationship. The more I'm willing to put in, the more ultimately, again, I could expect to get out from the Ribono Shalom. The less I'm willing to put in, the less I'll get out. That's the way it works. Hashem Tzilch, Hashem is my shadow. So the Be'er Mayim Chaim says something so beautiful. He says, Ki ha'ovid es boro b'derech hateva. The Be'er Mayim Chaim says there are two different ways to worship HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A person can worship Hashem with what he calls b'derech hateva. Derech hateva means in a natural way. What does it mean to serve God in a natural way? I'm going to do anything and everything I have to do, as long as it's comfortable, convenient, and fits in with the rest of my life. So God, I'm your man. I'll do whatever you want. But again, comfortable, convenient, fits in with the rest of my life. And by the way, that's a milo. That's a level by itself. But understand, if that's what you're willing to put in, if you're willing to give HaKadosh Baruch Hu what we call teva, right? Nature, natural order of things. Again, convenient, fits into the rest of my life, then fine. Then wonderful. But that's what you're going to get back from HaKadosh Baruch Hu as well. Conversely, says the Rebbe, If a person is willing to go l'mala min hateva. Now, what does it mean l'mala min hateva? It means I'm willing to even go against my nature. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I'm going to show up, I'm going to be there, I'm going to perform even when it's inconvenient, even when it doesn't fit into the rest of my life, even when my desires and my wants and my pulls and my lusts and my proclivities are pulling me in different directions. Naturally, I want to go somewhere else, but I'm going to go against that. I'm going to go against my nature and do something supernatural for you. If I deliver supernatural effort to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then I can expect supernatural response from the Ribono Shel Olam as well. If I'm willing to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'derech hateva, in a natural, regular, convenient, concrete, orderly fashion, as long as it fits into the rest of my life, you'll get back teva results, natural results. But if I'm willing to be supernatural for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I'm willing, again, each of us have things that pull us in different directions. I'm willing to say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm going in a different direction. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I'm going to be there and honor my obligations and honor this relationship, even when it's not convenient, even when it doesn't work, even when it doesn't fit into the rest of my life. If I am supernatural in my efforts to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then the Ribono Shel Olam will reciprocate in supernatural ways as well. It says the Vaeyra Mayim Chaim. This is what was happening with Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu is saying to Hashem like this: Ribono Shel Olam, in the natural order of the world, I am not a good speaker. And because I'm not a good speaker, I cannot do this. I can't sway the people. I can't sway Paro. Look, I went, I spoke, it backfired. It's a bad idea. Let's pivot to plan B. Maybe I could be one of the support networks, the back office guys, right? But I'm not the front man. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu essentially says to Moshe, but not with words, Moshe, you're missing the point. We need supernatural salvation. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Moshe, Klal Yisrael needs something supernatural from me. The Gemara says that a slave never escaped from Egypt. Egypt was called the Kur HaBarzal, the Iron Cauldron. So you want to take out millions of people from Egypt? That's supernatural. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to Moshe, Moshe, if you want something supernatural from me, then Moshe, you as the representative of the Klal, you as the embodiment of the nation, have to put in supernatural effort. And for Moshe Rabbeinu, what was the supernatural effort? It was speaking, public speaking. It was being the spokesman. For Moshe, that was uncomfortable. For Moshe Rabbeinu, that is not what he wanted to do. For Moshe Rabbeinu, it was not his innate skill set. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to Moshe, if you put in supernatural effort, if you go out of your comfort zone, if you serve me and serve the people in a supernatural fashion, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I will deliver back supernatural results. That says the Vaeyra Mayim Chaim, is the back and forth. Moshe didn't understand. He didn't understand that he wasn't asking for something natural from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, asking for something supernatural. Well, if you want something supernatural from God, you got to deliver some supernatural efforts yourself. And what an overwhelming and incredible and beautiful message for us. Because there are times in life when we need something supernatural from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Maybe it's in our family, maybe it's our parnosa, maybe it's our marriage, maybe it's with our children. Sometimes the answers that I need maybe aren't found in the natural world. But the Vaeyra Mayim Chaim says, the Rebbe says, really based on the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, that there's a way to unlock that power. And sometimes if I need something supernatural from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if I put in supernatural effort, if I push myself harder than I naturally think I could, if I go ahead and I go against the wants, the desires, the pushes and pulls that propel me in a certain direction, I say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going in a different direction. If I do that, then at the end of the day, I could expect tremendous supernatural results from HaKadosh Baruch Hu as well. And dear friends, how important this is as a people. Baruch Hashem, last Shabbos last Sunday, we began to see the release of the first 3 hostages. And we need all of our hostages out now. We need our brothers and sisters, men, women, and children. We need them out of the Mitzrayim of Gaza. We need them out of that enslavement, of that captivity, of that bondage. And the truth is, it feels that in order to get them back home, and in order to allow our soldiers to be successful and come back to their families b'shalom without any more sacrifices, it feels like we need something supernatural from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And the Vaeyra Mayim Chaim teaches us, this parsha teaches us, that when you need something supernatural from God, give Him something supernatural first. Invest in your relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a supernatural way. I don't want to be a teva yid. I don't want to be a natural Jew. It's not what I want to do. I don't just want to do things or just perform and just show up. When it's convenient, when it works, when it fits into everything else. I want to be a supernatural Jew. I want to be a lemala min hateva Jew. I want to be a Jew who doesn't just meet expectations. I want to surpass them. I want to blow past them. I want to live a supernatural life. I want to be the kind of person where even though those innate pushes and pulls want to drag me away, I'm saying, no, I'm in control. I'm in control. And I'm going to take my life in a different direction. Even though there may be circumstances that want to derail me and push me in certain directions. No, I'm taking control and I'm moving my life in a certain way. It looks impossible. I can do the impossible. I'm a Jew. I'm a Yid. And I could become supernatural if I want. And if all of us just choose one way in life to be a little bit more supernatural, then all of that supernatural activity, all that supernatural power combines. Klal Yisrael will generate a burst of supernatural light. And that supernatural light will force the Ribono Shel Olam to react to us in a supernatural way and bring home our hostages and allow our soldiers to be successful and come home to their mishpachos b'shalom as well. Will bring a successful end to this war, and safety and security and shalom for Am Yisrael and for Eretz Yisrael. It might sound impossible, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's only supernatural. But the supernatural can be done whenever we put our mind to it. If we're willing to invest in a supernatural fashion in our relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then the Ribono Shel Olam promises us, as he did with Moshe Rabbeinu, that he will reciprocate with supernatural bracha as well. May it be Zochem Yirtzeh Hashem to see the result of our supernatural activity. B'karov, wishing everyone a good Erev Shabbos and a beautiful Shabbos Kodesh.